So today I want to talk about two different types of mom guilt, how they affect you reaching your goals, and some tips on how I have overcome them and how you can take some steps to overcome if you are struggling with either of these. Now there may be other types of mom guilt, and if you struggle with other types of mom guilt, I would love for you to comment on this and share with us maybe some of the feelings that you're having and that you've struggled with and what has held you back from taking care of yourself. So the first type of mom guilt that I want to talk about, and this is one that I struggled with back after my first son was born, and he is now almost 10. Okay, so that first type of mom guilt is feeling guilty for putting yourself first at any point in time. You feel guilty when you go to the gym and you're away from the family. You feel guilty for putting the responsibilities onto your husband to watch the kids or babysit the kids so that you can go do something that's for yourself. You feel guilty for wanting to change what you're eating because it's going to affect everybody else around you, and you don't want to put them in that place just because you have your own journey, and so you don't want to put yourself first. So this kind of struggle, and let me backtrack just a little bit. That one talking about having your husband watch the kids. Now that's something my husband and I struggled with back then. We are completely different people now. We've come through a long way and we've learned a lot in the last 10 years. But in the beginning, we had these very sexist, outdated sort of rules that we lived by of he was the man, so he worked full time, and then he came home and he wanted to come home to dinner and a clean house and be able to just relax. My role was take care of the family, make sure there's food cooked and whatever, make sure the house is cleaned, take care of the kids. And so in his words, he was supportive of me working out, doing things for myself, as long as it did not require him to babysit the children, because unfortunately then that was how he and I viewed it, was he was babysitting the kids, rather than the mindset that we both now have that he is their father and he plays the exact same role in raising the children as I do. So the kids spending time with him while I go do something, that's not him babysitting the kids. That is him being a father, because they are his kids as well. So that is one mindset that both of us had to work through. Now, neither of us, what I want to reiterate to you guys, is neither of us, or better way to put this, you cannot change your spouse. All you can do is change yourself and take care of yourself. And as you change, they'll see you change, and then maybe they will change and come around different ways and be supportive as they see you growing in a positive way as well. So that type of mom guilt I struggled with then, was feeling guilty for taking myself away from the family, spending time away from the kids, spending time away from my husband, putting myself first. I felt guilty. And so it was a struggle for me to want to do any of those things. I would try them, but I would feel bad and feel like I wasn't getting anywhere, so I would quit. I would give up. Now, the other type of mom guilt that I want to talk about is also that mom guilt where I struggled with this a little bit later on. I have two boys now. My second is almost 5. My oldest is almost 10. Sorry, my second is 5. What I've struggled with and have overcome, and even still have to remind myself to overcome, is pushing the kids away and then feeling guilty for doing that. So this mom guilt that I'm more specifically talking about is you get really busy and they're in more activities. Maybe you're working, you have your priorities, you have your commitments, you have social life, you have this, you have that. And so you put them on iPads or TV or video games to entertain them. Or you just kind of push them away and you're like, just get out of my face. I need me time. And you just want to scroll social media. You just want to watch your show on Netflix. And then you start to feel guilty because you're pushing them away. Now, this is one that I will more recently relate to. My other one I've worked through, and I came to that opposite side of prioritizing myself is important. And if I want to be the best for my family, now this relates in both types of mom guilt. If you want to be in the best place for your family, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be confident and proud of yourself to be able to pour into your family, you have to make small steps along the way, and prioritize taking care of yourself in a healthy way and learning how to build balance and moderation with your schedule, with your time, with your fitness, with your family. But you have to take small steps at a time. You cannot overhaul everything at once and expect it to work. You will be overwhelmed, you will be stressed. So you need to look at that bigger picture that you want to reach to, and then you need to backtrack it from there, break it up into smaller steps, and then tackle one thing at a time. So one thing I started doing was a guided meditation, because I really had to work on my mindset and getting my mind in a good place so that I could help work through any resentment or anger or depression that I struggled with at times, so that I would stop pushing my family away or stop feeling guilty for spending time away. There's kind of those two opposite types of mom guilt, right? So backtrack it, right? So think of this guided meditation idea. We like to use an app called Headspace. It helps you just get your mind into a better place and how to recognize feelings and thoughts that you have, and instead of getting stuck in them and dwelling on them forever and then really down spiraling, or instead of just pushing it away and tucking it back and not dealing with it, the guided meditation helps you to recognize it, recognize what you're feeling, recognizing what it is and accepting it, and then how to process your thoughts to be able to move on and to be able to get in a more positive place without just shoving it off or down spiraling and feeling bad about it. So there are a number of other things that you can do to work through and help deal with these different types of common mom guilt. These are all things that we really help you to do in the MVP Moms program, because it is not just about get your physical body in order and eat right. It is about how to take care of you in a number of different ways that all piece together into a bigger picture of taking care of yourself so you can be in a good place to pour into your family, but so that you can be confident and comfortable in your own skin again without the guilt, but also without pushing your family away. There's those two opposite mom guilts. We got to bring it together back into the middle. We'd love to help you do that. For now, take those little tips, try just a little bit at a time, choose one thing to focus on that you're going to change and make better about your day, about your schedule, about your mindset. Choose one thing, one small thing, focus on that one small thing, start making those little changes and start moving forward from there. All right, ladies, have a great weekend and we'll see you on the next episode.